When there was the first gossip that you were coming here, I thought it was a bit far-fetched, but now you're here. So how did the move come around, and like why did you choose Thailand and Kanchanaburi Power?
I was in Turkey. I had one more year in Turkey, but I was told I'd never play for the club again. So I had a couple of offers. I had one in Europe. I had a couple of clubs showing interest, but for some reason the Thailand one, when I heard of the offer, I heard of the project, it just excited me. I didn't really do much research into it, but I just knew that I would be happy here in Thailand, that it was the right move for me at this stage of my career. In terms of me deciding, it was pretty much as soon as I heard about the interest from Thailand and the city it's in, the town it's in, I was sold.
Had you been to Thailand before?
I went many years ago with my wife. We went to Koh Samui on holiday 10, 11, 12 years ago now.
Kanchanaburi is not like exactly what I think someone from the West would picture Thailand to be like.
I really got lucky in that sense that we came here and it was like, wow, we knew we were coming to Thailand. We didn't know we was coming to this. So it's just amazing. The mountains in the background, it's just, honestly, it's perfect. I don't like too many high buildings. I don't like too many cars on the road. I don't like people rushing around. I just like grass, a lake, and, you know, nature.
And also lots of temples, things like that.
Before home games, before away games, the bus always stops and the local players get out and they pray and they take their picture outside the temple. So it's amazing to see different cultures that we're not used to in Europe, you know. It's amazing to come here and see that. We stop 3 or 4 times before we even get on the road. It's like we meet at the stadium, we stop at the temple, we then go to 7-Eleven for 45 minutes, the players get their food and then we're on our way. So all of it's a new experience for me, but that's why I'm here. I'm not here to complain and say we don't do that in the Premier League, we go straight. No, I'm in their culture. I want to learn their way of doing things. I'm used to a pampered sort of lifestyle, so it's nice to experience something different.
And what about Thai football? Did you know much about Thai football before you came, or was it just turn up and see?
Again, turn up and see, knew nothing about it, but I must say from the first minute, pleasantly surprised with the quality. I did some work on the Club World Cup in the summer and just seeing like the so-called unfancied sides and how well they did against the big sides, and I knew there was quality outside of Europe that we didn't know, but coming to Thailand really enforced that there's quality all over the world. They just don't have the exposure, they don't have the airtime that the players in Europe have, but there's definitely quality here for sure.
How would you describe Thai football?
The biggest difference, I say, to European football is obviously the intensity, partly down to the climate, partly down to the weather, but it's obviously a bit slower tempo to Europe, but that's the only big difference. Quality-wise, it's a lot closer than people think. It's just that intensity, whether it be the fitness, whether it be the climate, you're not able to go up and down for 90 minutes like they are in Europe and in the Premier League. But that's the biggest difference I've seen so far.
So the weather does play a massive role.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pitches are hard, and sometimes they're
soft,
very soft because of the rain.
Yeah. But the problem is, I went viral for a game, and like I find the funny side. But then speaking to the locals, they're like, we've waited decades and decades for Thai football to be brought up in the press in England, and the one time it's about the state of our pitches, not about the quality of the goal. So they were obviously a bit embarrassed, disappointed in that. But what can you do? Like the one before the Port game, I can't remember who we played. It was at our homes. They came 2 days before. They travelled 8 hours. The weather was perfect the whole day. The pitch was fine. We trained on it the day before. We get to the stadium, literally just before the warm-up, massive downpour, and it just didn't stop. And it's like, we can either call off this game and make all the fans go home, make the players travel back 8 hours and all be for nothing, or we can get the game going. And for us, the home team, the adrenaline was going. We wanted to play. The away players obviously wanted to play, and we just have to get it on. And I mean, there's a clip out there of me trying to take a corner.
But the best thing about that is that you're showing the linesman it doesn't bounce, but the commentators are loving it. They're laughing and joking because it is kind of funny.
Yeah. I just tried to ask him, can I take it? Because it was only the corner flag. Anything forward, it was okay. Yeah. Can I just sneak the ball a few meters ahead? He said no. So I knew what was going to happen. I put it down. I tried to put it in, shanked it. The next one, I tried to like scoop it up, and it was even worse.
And you're the team captain.
I am.
So what's that like if you've come to a completely different culture? Most of your teammates are probably not English speakers. So how do you lead the team and fulfill that role if you can't communicate in a first language?
I think it's by my standards. Every day I lead by example in terms of what I do before training, how I prepare myself, how professional I am. So I just try to lead by example. I have to be honest, it was a role I wasn't expecting, I didn't ask for. Like I said before, I just wanted to come here, live a nice life and enjoy my football again. Whereas now I have to think about, right, I'm the captain. What do the players need? What's right? What's wrong? How can I improve things? How can I use my experience from the Premier League to help the fitness coach get better, to help the physios get better, to help the organisation get better? I have to think about all these things now because I'm captain. I can't just come here and have a swim in the lake and go to training and then come back to my kids. I have to be switched on at all times.
You like it?
Yes, very much so. I've never been a captain. It's a huge honour, no matter what level. It's a huge honour to wear the armband. I wear it with pride, and I'd love to continue to wear the armband for as long as possible.
And the Thai fans are a bit different, aren't they? It's a really respectful atmosphere at the games when you say thank you to both sets of fans.
Yeah, it's something I've never experienced in my life. Coming from England, and you appreciate the fans, you appreciate the bench, the coach, and the coaching staff. But we lost 8-0 to Port away from home, and we got applauded off by the fans. And like, I'm a little bit embarrassed. Like, throw something at me, like boo me, whistle, like call me useless. But no, they're incredible here. They're so patient. They're so understanding. The fans in general, like for myself, I've never seen anything like it. Like everywhere I go, every away game, like someone's either got a bunch of coconuts for me or a Thai dessert like you brought today, or a drawing or a picture or printed out something. Someone's always got something for me. And it's humbling. It's something I've never experienced before. You don't expect it. I pull up to the stadium, I see like a big crate of coconuts. I know it's for me, you know, and it's amazing. I can't thank the fans enough for how they've taken to me.
I see you with just posing for pineapple or something. That's
Pineapple,
brilliant.
watermelon, coconut. I think because I'm always pictured with fruit, they think, yeah, we're going to get fruit, and I've got to go on the plane with like a big handful of coconuts.
Well, I saw that you were signing some Crystal Palace shirts. I've seen Everton shirts, Spurs shirts.
Everywhere. Crystal Palace, Everton, Newcastle, all the clubs I've been at.
Did you expect that?
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit naive. I just think like I played in the Premier League in England, like it's no big deal, but the Premier League's massive over here. Honestly, I didn't expect to receive the reception that I'm actually getting.
Usually I'd be thanking a player for taking time out of his training schedule or plan schedule, but in this instance you're taking time out of your teaching schedule because you're homeschooling your kids.
I am, and it's something that I really, really enjoy doing. It was sort of thrusted upon me. We arrived here, there's no real international schools, so we knew we had to homeschool. We looked into finding a teacher for them, but then I just thought, why would I want somebody else spending 4 or 5 hours with my kids? Why would I want my kids to homeschool and them still to be confined to the 4 walls? Why don't I try and do it? And when we have a weekend off, we can pick up our work. We can go to Pattaya, we can go to Phuket, PP Islands, we can go to Japan, Bangkok. So many amazing cities we've seen because I'm homeschooling the kids at home, and it's been great. I'm actually excited when I wake up in the morning. I wake up about 6, I have 2 or 3 hours to myself. I do yoga, I go to the gym, and then I wake the kids up, and then until training, I'm teaching the kids, and it's amazing watching them learn in front of my eyes. And I think it's something that many parents don't get to experience, and really it's truly a blessing to be able to impart some your wisdom onto your kids and see them grow.
So what would you say is your teaching style? Strict, stern?
Very aggressive, very strict.
What's your favourite subject to teach, and which subjects don't you touch?
Probably my favourite subject is maths, because my kids are very, very good at maths. The toughest one is probably history. I just find it very dull. The things they teach in history in the UK syllabus it's not for me.
Yeah.
But my kids love it.
I've seen you before speaking about how you attribute like a diet of like whole foods to your ability to recover and your longevity in football. So like you're kind of in the perfect place.
Yeah, I ruptured my ACL around 2021. I am probably the most professional person you'll ever interview. I did everything by the book: rest, ice, compress, elevate. I took all the advice, but still I couldn't get healthy. So it led me to a point where sort of as a last resort, I had to turn to food. I was taking pills, I was taking all the supplements that prescribed by the doctors, but I wasn't getting healthy. And within 2 or 3 months, I was signed by Luton, playing at Old Trafford 60 minutes, and then on Tuesday playing against Liverpool, for example, another 60 minutes. And that's something that my surgeon and my doctors told me that would never happen again. So to turn to real food and within 2 or 3 months back to where I wanted to be was just an eye-opener. I'm in the perfect place now.
For chicken's feet, especially.
For chicken feet, everywhere you look, but you look at the Asian people, they're very healthy. They look very young for their age, so maybe they're onto something.
And so Thai food, you're not really eating Thai food then, I guess, if you're...
No, I eat the ingredients. I eat the chicken feet and all the stuff they have to offer, and the sort of the organs that they have in the stores, the liver, the heart, But yeah, I have to cook it myself first. If I go out, I can only eat raw foods, so I'll eat sushi or what have you.
Did you travel here with any home comforts, or do you have anything that you need to get shipped in, like absolute home comforts, or can everything you need is here?
Most of the stuff that I need is inside my house now, my kids and my family, but I have a hyperbaric chamber, an oxygen chamber, which I had in England. I managed to find one in Turkey as well, but I've been trying to get it shipped out here since the day I arrived and still hasn't arrived, but I'm still trying to get it here because when I'm in a hyperbaric chamber once a day, my energy level's just through the roof, my recovery is just through the roof. So that's one thing that I'm desperate to get out here. Although I found one in Bangkok, which I use when I'm in Bangkok, maybe twice a week, so I still partially have it, but to get my own one, yeah, I'm desperate to get that back out here.
I absolutely wasn't expecting you to say hyperbaric chamber.
What was you expect, like a pillow or
I don't
or a
know,
book?
like Pepper Army.
Yeah.
And you're still able to continue doing your media work?
Yeah, I do bits with BBC 5 Live, either on a Monday night or like around the Champions League game, which obviously the time difference, it's difficult, but I go to sleep directly after training about 7 o'clock. I wake up at 2 a.m, so I still get 5 or 6 hours sleep in. I watch the Champions League games and I do some media around it, so I get the best of both worlds. I get to play football and I get to still sort of keep up with the media side if that's what I want to do when I do retire.
And you got to do a bit of work in Malaysia as well?
I did, yes, yeah. I did some work with Stadium Astro during COVID when they were doing a lot of it online. I did one of the Euros. So yeah, they asked me to, when my first availability was, if I could fly over there. We had a Friday game, I think, so we had the weekend off. So I went over there, did the Premier League games over in Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur, and again got a fantastic reception from the fans there, and yeah, it was great.
Christmas, that must have been a different Christmas to usual.
It was nice. Christmas, I had breakfast with my kids with no top on outside, like in the sun. It was amazing.
It's a whole package, isn't it? Thailand. It provides the lifestyle, but perhaps the football is not as intense as other places, but the lifestyle, the balance.
Yeah, and I think when you get into your 30s, you want to enjoy life as well. I don't want to. Of course, in the Premier League, you have to be dedicated 24/7. There's no way around it. But in the same hand, you don't really get to enjoy things as much as you would like. I'd have times where I'd want I'd get home from a game, I'd be too tired to spend with my kids. I'd have to go straight to bed, and to come here and get to spend more time with my kids, quality time with my kids while they're young, as well as do the thing I love every single day and not lose 1 ounce of professionalism. It's been perfect for me. I can't speak highly enough of this 6 months here. Maybe on the pitch we could have been a bit better, but yeah, off the pitch it's just been an amazing move for me. Sorry, can we start that again? I'm worried something's going to attack us. I can hear footsteps.